Papa Fredo, and the one and only.
Yo, what's the word? It's Marcel, aka Prince Marcel. What's happening?
And y'all already know together we make Midwest Point of View.
You did.
Now today we got a nice little show to roll out for y'all. We got something a little different. We trying to
Spicy segment, you
we
feel me?
trying to bring a little bit more information
I
out
get
for
loose.
y'all. But yeah,
Prince
something, you know
come
what I'm
outside.
saying, that I feel like we don't really talk about, but we should definitely be talking about. So listen, I'm gonna let Prince roll out that clip so we can go ahead and get it in from there.
All right, let's get to it. Give me like 2 seconds, your boy. Oh.
Cause see, y'all gotta really feel it though. Like the video gonna say so much to you. And once you watch this, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be an eye opener. And then from there, you're gonna
All
really
right,
catch a drift.
here it come, y'all. Here it come.
Nobody. Back in the day when I grew up, every motherfucker on the street watched children.
Yep.
The people on the porch can beat your ass.
Yep.
But now, even though you know your child bad as a motherfucker, you can't tell you nothing about that bad motherfucker. When you need all the help you can get.
Yep.
America has used propaganda, media, and all the above to scare the hell out of us, to draw wedges between us, right? So that we don't trust each other, we don't fuck with each other, right? And like I say, we don't live as tribes, right? Communities, like I say, means commute, meaning everybody's on one accord, and everybody got the same religion, going in the same direction. Neighborhoods, it's just fucked up. These are the projects where they test shit on you and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling y'all is, bro, this American soil is tainted. This bitch is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Even the statue.
All right,
So go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you start it out for sure.
man. Look. So just so you know, I love this segment because I get to be Prince Marcel. I really speak my piece. The hood ain't got no hospitality, bro. It's basically what I heard.
Basically, if you sum it up, you know what I'm saying? We done lost our way. You know, we done got to a point where it's like he said, what happened to when if I see your kid doing something wrong and I could check your child, now you want to back your child up and make your child feel like what they're doing is right. Do you understand what you're creating? That's a baby monster. That's like, listen, for real, straight up. We done got into the time, man. Like we see like if somebody talking to our children or trying to discipline our children, and I'm not saying in the sense of like putting hands on them, things of that sort, but you like
Right.
you taking them off to the side by themselves and you're talking to them,
Yeah.
but you're not the parent or you're not a relative. People are starting to take that as a sign of disrespect, or as if, why are you talking to my child? That's my job to do it. Well, if it's your job to do it, why you don't do it?
Right. Um. No, man. I had this happen in a few ways. I had this happen in real life. But when it come to it, bruh, I don't think we really understand what it means to be a neighborhood who lives in a community who operates like a village. I don't think we understand what it takes to
We
really
lost
be
that way.
centered in that. Um, all the way down to the meaning, to the word hospitality, to um can I share my water hose with you? You know what I'm saying? Can I share some candles with you if if my lights unfortunately went out? You feel me? Like all these things for real. And for me, the biggest thing that I've noticed, especially when it comes to other cultures, when I hear about hospitality, is the way that they operate as a unit. They operate as a collective, so much so that they'll put their money together to buy a hotel, which is the kingdom of hospitality. Like this is my thing, the network of not working together, not being together.
Yeah, so I can definitely say as far as with the sense of us being a village, and it takes more than one to raise the kids around us, things of that sort. we've lost that sense. It's more came down to where now it's just my family, and if it's not my bloodline, I don't really need any help. And for some people, they don't even want help from the family. They single themselves off to be lone wolves, things of that sort, the black sheep of the family or whatever. And now they're going to create a family, but struggling with that family. And now that you just created this family and you're trying to do it all by yourself, probably, and it's not working out, it's causing conflict at home. And while those kids are looking for resources, people to help them with the things that you can't help them with, it's kind of hard for them to do so because you're not providing the tools for them to be able to talk to other people. Like it used to be a time where
So whose
our
fault is
mothers and
that?
fathers would tell us, it used to be a time where our mothers and fathers would tell us, hey man, this is my best friend, or this is my friend that I know from such and such back in the day. They'll take care of you when you're in this um, area or space. Like if you go to like a daycare, things of that sort, they may have friends there that they have known for a little while. And they can trust them to a certain extent. To, keep an eye out for their kid. So it used to be a time where they'll be like, you can rely on this person. When you get there, you don't have to worry about it just being like a brother or sister or your uncle or any of them really being there. Shoot, back in the day, all the friends and best friends used to be uncles and aunties and things of that sort. You
Whose
know what I'm
fault is
saying?
that?
When you ask who fault that is, I believe that's the parents' fault. Why do I say that's the parent fault? Is because it starts with us. So whatever we choose to do or however we choose to carry our household, the kids only can follow in line.
So y'all mamas and daddy's generation dropped the ball.
Correct. That's what
They
it
let
is.
hospitality roll out the door.
Yep. And I definitely believe since a lot of parents couldn't wait to be 18 years old, get out their mama house, do the things their own, and again, I'm not trying to come at all parents because there's so many parents that are single moms, single fathers out there striving to do the job and do the work and do the best that they can to either get resources and help with those kids. But what I'm trying to stay with you at is the fact that what we on right now with the community itself is getting so much damage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like the parents are not providing that information that the kids need, at least to feel secure, to have other people in their lives to probably help. You know, so I think that's a big thing.
And no, you could tell you I ain't gonna lie, you could tell that between the percentage of how we grew up to where we had manners. We say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, to the amount of kids today, they be like, boy, you think you talking to? I'm talking about they talk back to you in a second. Like that's
Like you a
it's like
kid,
a complete
like
60
you a
40.
kid,
Like they
like
like
you a
you
kid.
out here tripping. You feel me? I had the fear of God when it came down to even thinking about talking back to who I deemed to be an elder because there was more of a collective mindset. And that actually came from my grandparents. So no, when it comes to the amount of lack of trust that the hood have for each other, which is why we don't know how to be hospitable. It's why we know how to be like, man, bro, you can't even give me a ride. Like, bro, to ask people for favors now is out of this world. Let alone ask people for money to
Oh
come
man,
together to do something.
yeah, but that's so somewhere in between. We kind of lost our way. Maybe it is from so much trauma from our elders. They kind of trickle down to us to a certain extent, but we have gotten to this sense to where we look at one another as an enemy versus an asset or someone that can help somewhere where I'm lacking. And it's the crazy kicker part is we the same color. So I definitely feel like it's like, man, when did we get this bad about it? You know?
Your kinfolk got a lot of doubt um in themselves, and it's like looking yourself in the mirror. When you got a lot of doubt in yourself, you got a doubt, especially when the brother that look like you, kinfolk done got so bad to the point to where like even if you had the solution to the hood, they wouldn't believe and put that money into it because they don't see themselves as great.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I think, if we can stop some of the violence too and kind of think about what we're actually teaching our children, and when I say that, I say it in the aspect of what we do in front of them, we are teaching them. You know what I'm saying? So if you in front of them promoting a certain sense of violence or a non-care for your people or your culture, your child is gonna pick up on that and they're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be the same vibe.
So this is what I'm gonna tell you, young man, especially young men who are young black men who need you to listen to me real quick. Um, remember that when you walk into this world, a lot of other people see you away, right? A lot of other people stereotype you. A lot of other people call you a criminal out the gate. A lot of other people call you a thug out the gate. Listen to me when I tell you this. The number one person you need to treat like your brother, you need to treat like your ally, you need to treat like your neighbor, you need to treat like your family. You need to learn how to be hospitable to them. Is the brother that live next door to you. Is the brother who looks exactly like you. Because when you faced with a lot of them trials, bro, and you stand in front of that judge, you gonna want your community, your village, you gonna want your brother
Yeah.
to have your back in that moment, especially if he's a lawyer.
Straight up, you know what I'm saying? He ain't lying to y'all. And what I would say to the parents out there, you know, just think about what you like I said, what you're doing in front of your kid as far as with how you're talking to people and like your facial expressions, the way that you carry yourself, the things that you say when people turn their back and they're no longer there in your presence, but your kid is there and they can hear the negative things that you may say. So you got to really take those things in consideration. Your child is looking at that and then growing to see, oh, so that's how people are. Well, I'll probably be the same way if that's how they already are. I mean, I saw my mom do it, I saw my dad do it, and you know what I'm talking about. A lot of people act one way in front of a person when they're in your face, but then when they walk away from you, your care for that person changes and things of that sort.
Teach, teach your kids, teach our kids. I'm gonna say it like that. Teach our kids the benefit and the willingness to do collaboration, be collaborative. Like the first person that I think you should start with when it comes from your family to your neighborhood, get them a trial run. Say, hey, go ask little Johnny, do he want to start a lemonade stand? And then if they say yeah, bro, have them do the lemonade stand together. Have them split the money together. That way it's not off-putting when you get older and the same brother that you knew from when y'all was 8 years old, he say, bro, I want to go open up this hotel in the neighborhood. Let's do that. You be like, oh, okay. I don't work with you before. You know what I'm saying? You teach these habits young, they can actually develop into something in the neighborhood, bro. They can develop so we can stop living in the trenches.
Yeah, it gets a little deeper than finances, things of that sort, because we got kids that can't read, kids that can't do math, kids that actually are not getting the support, not just in school, but from the community to where that they could be better. So, that's something that should be um, a heed that we take to. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we need to pay attention to our kids' academic levels for real. And come together so that way then we can help that grow. Because with that growing, of course, that bag gonna come too. So that's something that's real big there. If you can't read, you can't check to see if your pay stub was right. You can't check to see if the contract that you're about to sign is gonna fuck you over or it's gonna change your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot. I think that's what a lot of young black men go through as well, signing some of these deals and things of that sort. But when it comes down to doing math, I mean, I could pay you, but do you know that you getting paid your worth?
Continue your education, young man. Continue your education, young queen and young lady. Bro, it's vital, bro. It's vital because when it comes to who else is gonna sign that dotted line, it's not too many people in the room that you can depend on. So it need to be you first and foremost. Comprehend and understand the ins and outs of the business or any business that you're getting into. Uh, straight like that.
Yeah, I agree. So we got to come together as a community for our kids, for our families, for our friends, so that way then we can really feel that family love again. Let's get back to the barbecues. Let's get back to the juke sessions. The summer parties, the winter snowball fights. You know what I'm saying? Halloween trick or treating, where you ain't have to worry about no issues being wrong with the kids' candy. We know everybody on the block, so it's gonna be safe on this block. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no glass in my kids' candy. You know, so stuff like that. If we can really get back to knowing what's going on in our neighborhoods, that's gonna.
That sound all nice and dandy, but that sound like a myth when you ain't got no hospitality in the hood. Like I said, sound like a myth when ain't no hospitality in the hood, Joe.
I agree. I agree.
Look, as always, it's Marcel. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button on all platforms, social media, Instagram, Facebook. We everywhere. You feel me?
Hey, it's your boy, Papa Fredo. Like bro said, like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all platforms. That's all we got today for y'all when it comes down to the hood manner.
It's Midwest point of view, baby.